My conditioning felt good. Caught a cramp in my right calf, so I'm just from not playing for a while. I'm a little bit sore, but overall I feel good.
Were you pleased with your performance?
I was. I felt like I turned the ball over a little bit too much. Maybe if we could have some of those possessions back, maybe we could hold on to a lead a little longer, and it's a different ball game. But overall, I felt like I played pretty well.
Maybe you're wearing a sleeve on the cap.
Yeah.
What does it do for you?
Keeps it warm, just from that soreness. So that's it.
What do you think you guys did well in that Cavs game that maybe you haven't done in the last little bit?
I think our execution was really sharp. I think we noticed a few things that they had trouble with, and we kept going to it. We kept moving the ball, playing unselfish, and we were getting the ball to the right spots. Nurk made great decisions in the middle. Ed made great decisions in the middle when we got it to the heart of their defense, and we made plays from there. So it was a smart game on our behalf on the offensive end.
It seems like the ball movement in those past couple games has been improved as well. Have you guys talked about trying to keep that going? Because it feels like that's maybe something that's been missing this year from the offense.
We talked after the Atlanta game. Our coaches talked about it a lot because we didn't have great ball movement in the second half of that game. So understanding how much better we are when we do that, and I think it was obvious in the last two games. So they just encouraging us to keep doing it. It's hard to do it all the time, and I think that's what we've struggled with, being consistent at the things that give us a chance to win. So that's pretty much the message from our coaches is, try to continue it and be consistent at it.
How do you put your finger on that sort of lack of consistency with just execution stuff?
I think each team presents a different challenge. They cover us different personnel. Sometimes they have athletic bigs, sometimes they don't. And just figuring out what play we need to make to put them in a bad position. Sometimes it's easier to figure out than others, and I think that's when we kind of have a hard time, when it's a little bit more disguised and the team is giving us different looks. And they make adjustments, and then we got to make that next adjustment and figure out what's the next play, what's the right pass, how can we take advantage of their defense, and we haven't been able to do it consistent enough.
Nurk was really playing on another level against Cleveland. How much do you think that has to do with your return and you're playing alongside him?
He's always like, man, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, just because I think I have a pretty good understanding of what the opposing team is trying to do. At the beginning of every game, I try to run some of our main sets just to expose some of their coverages, see what it is, so I can know what plays to call and what we can go to down the stretch. And a lot of times, I'm looking to see what play works best for me to get the ball to CJ. What play works best for me to put Nurk in a position where the game is easier for him. And against Cleveland, I saw right away that they're undersized. So throwing it to him in the post is never going to hurt you. But in pick and rolls, he also was able to get into the middle of the defense, and it was a simple decision, either finish at the rim or hit the weak side, and I thought he did a great job of that.
But it almost seems like he just plays with more ease when you're out there. Do you sense that?
Maybe that might be right. I think it's a level of comfort there when I'm out there for Nurk.
Dame, I don't know how much you've allowed yourself to look forward at the schedule, but it's pretty daunting. Have you been able to kind of assess what's ahead for you guys?
I've looked at it, but we lost 6 straight home games. We had a rough stretch, so based on how our team is mentally, and I think we're going in the right direction. I don't see, regardless of who we playing, home or on the road, I don't see us going out there and just laying the egg. I feel like we're going to attack it, and I feel like we're going to have a good stretch. That's just the way I feel about it.
2 more questions.
What do you thought about the way Evan's been playing this past road trip?
He's been real aggressive, and I always tell him we need you to be aggressive, and we need teams to pay attention to you and to respect what you can do. So go out there, be aggressive, and don't worry about stepping on nobody's toes or anything like that. We need you to do what you do, and he's been doing that over the past few games, especially in Chicago. He really had it going, and he played a huge role in us pulling that one out.
Did you move the focus to Atlanta, like what you can in practice today, or was it more about you guys?
It was more about with us, it's always about what we could do better, what we didn't do well enough, and then we talk about our opponent, obviously, as far as the scouting report and what just happened the last time we played them because it was so recent. But I mean, it was nothing crazy. We talked about, like I said, what we need to do better, overall from this last trip, and then we addressed Atlanta.
What are those things?
Being consistent. When we play the kind of ball we need to play on offense, we turn the ball over less. We get higher quality shots. The game flows better. And defensively, just communicating, helping each other out, figuring things out quicker, earlier in games. And I think when we do that, you'll see the results from it.
Okay, thanks.